For this second report, let me take you to Pointe-Noire in the Republic of Congo. A young woman decided to learn how to operate cranes there, a job widely seen as the preserve of man. But Grace Rulendi quickly distinguished herself within her training by her ease and her charisma. Our journalist Jean-David Miamley followed her for a practical session. Take a look.
It's hard to go unnoticed amongst all these boys. Grace Rulendi is a remarkable figure of the 20 students at the Raoul F. Training Institute, assigned to a practical session in handling cranes in the industrial zone of Pointe-Noire, the economic capital of Congo. Motivation has visibly taken the upper hand over prejudice. Not shaken by an unfavourable environment, Grace is following her heart.
I have always dreamed of doing a man's job, and this despite people talking, saying that it wasn't good for me. But I remained true to myself. I did what I wanted to do to reach my objective. I believe that when a woman does a man's job, she's more appealing on the labour market.
But how does this young lady from the working-class district of Makayabu feel in the midst of all these men? Does she regret her choice?
I like it. I like to do a job where you can actually be remarkable. If I was doing the secretarial work, I personally think people would ignore me. When I do a job like this, I actually gain more value in the eyes of others.
Obviously, Grace Rulendi feels fulfilled in this training as a crane operator. She acknowledges the fact that her family environment and the atmosphere at school help her overcome social prejudices.
Yes, the training is simple. It's good training. It's really good. The people around me didn't expect a girl to do this. And as soon as I arrived, they were all happy. They even appointed me class captain. At home, Mum was very proud of me, because she learned that her daughter chose such a profession. In my neighborhood, I don't really like exhibiting what I really do there.
The Raoul F. Vocational Training Institute has already recorded 12 training sessions of 6 months each since it opened in 2016. 7 women have already been trained, and according to Cristali Bitezo, a classmate, Grace is really exceptional. She's managing to be among the brightest in the class already. Although there are a lot of men who are part of the program, she is not disoriented. In any case, she is learning very well. She is even an example for the majority of girls who try to succeed in our company. Anyway, Grace, she's a role model. At the Raoul F. Vocational Training Institute, the example of Grace Rulendi and also all the other ladies who preceded her in the training is very encouraging and a great way to eliminate prejudice and help improve women's condition.
Contrairement aux mythes, hier,
contrary to myths, we thought that these were jobs reserved for men. In other places, particularly in Europe, we see the involvement of women in what was thought to be reserved for men. We have had 7 women who have passed through our school to learn. They have shown that they can do just as much as men. In Pointe-Noire, the promoter of this training institute can already appreciate the small but precious steps of the emancipation of women coming from his establishment in the Congo. The woman today takes responsibility. The responsibility to participate in the various trades which were reserved for men. Yesterday it was difficult to see women do certain trades that men do. Yesterday it was a myth that they are trying to shatter. Because yesterday it was hard to see women doing certain jobs that men do. But now, in any case, they are doing these jobs, thanks to their efforts and motivation. Knowledge is power. Vocational training breaks down the myths of professions dedicated specifically to men. Enough to gradually change the situation in a predominantly female country, where people often marry very young, and have little chance of learning a trade.